Start.
Hi friends, myself A.S. Ramya, Department of Civil Engineering, Assistant Professor. Today I am going to share my views on concrete. All of you know what is meant by concrete. There are the components of 4 components of the concrete, the basic components, the cement and board and fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. There are 4 components combined together and to form the concrete. Cement is then first one is cement. Cement is then binding materials. When it will bind all the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate when the added when water added to the concrete. There are different types of cements. There are because concretes are used in the different purposes. So the cements are classified into different types. So based on which performance, which construction we are concrete, sir.